So today we'll do a little bit of comparison and actually a mini unboxing for iPhone or special edition, how it's called, second generation. So I have the new iPhone here. Let's open it and let's see what we have. So we have a simple box having the new wave of not having a charger, so you have to have your own charger. Nice box, pretty small. Inside we have the USB cable and some, I think, a decal with the Apple and some hellos and brochures and obviously the SIM card opener. Okay, this one. Other than that, let's do the unboxing. Let's see. Let's see. I like this. Nice. All right, so this is how it looks. And why I actually want to do a presentation or a review on this phone is because I think that this phone for entry phone is actually an awesome one. And why I say that, because it's actually an iPhone 11, a mini iPhone 11 with the A13 Bionic chip, which is a pretty powerful chip. Obviously we have the iPhone 12 on the market right now and it's pretty powerful, but I don't think this has to be discounted, and especially as an entry model. I think it's sold for around $399. It starts at $399 US. In Australia it's a little bit different. I think it starts around $699. I have to actually have a look. But the next best thing is the iPhone 11, which starts at $599, which is $200 actually more expensive. Obviously it has more cameras. Actually I have here the iPhone 11. This is my daily driver. So what's different between these two? Yeah, obviously it has just one. The special edition has just one camera. Here we have two cameras. Yeah, on the front is actually just one camera. This one as well. It doesn't have the face recognition. This one has the fingerprint recognition, which actually it's much more feasible right now with the COVID-19 and with the masks and so on. I found myself many times with having the mask and trying to pay something, you have to put the passcode in instead of actually just having the face recognition. Whenever it does the face recognition, it does it pretty well, but from time to time it's actually annoying. I rather prefer the fingerprint to tell the truth, and I hope it comes back in iPhone 13. These are the rumors. I mean, it would make common sense that Apple get their act together, especially with the COVID-19, when people actually need it. It's not actually maybe that we should have. It's a must-have right now. Yeah, so let me start this one and put the SIM in it, and let's see how it's actually performing. Okay, so what we'll do right now, we'll do a comparison head-to-head of the specs that they have. The most important thing is probably one of the most important thing is the size. The SE has actually 4.7 inches and the iPhone 11 has 6.1 inch, the same like iPhone 12. From other perspective, let's move on my screen. So as a comparison, we'll look a little bit to compare the iPhone special edition and iPhone 11 and iPhone 12. And you will see, guys, that for the amount of money, at the end of the day, I think it's actually a very good proposal to have an iPhone second edition, especially if you are in the entry level market and even mid-range market. So we have these phones. Obviously, you see the iPhone special edition starts at $399. The difference between iPhone special edition and iPhone 12, it's of $300 or almost $400 here. Actually $400, and the difference between the iPhone 11 and iPhone Special Edition, it's $200. That's at the entry level of 64 gigs storage. As a quick look, basically if you want to do a comparison between the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini, basically the iPhone 11 has the iPhone 11 mini as a iPhone Special Edition. So we have a screen of 4.7 inch diagonal compared with 6.1. Then obviously 4G. The big difference is within the camera range that you have. You have just the wide angle camera on the rear for iPhone Special Edition, and obviously ultra wide and wide for iPhone 12 and iPhone 11. You don't have optical zoom yet. You have, I think, 5 times digital zoom. But here is the important bit, is the A13 Bionic chip, which is a pretty good chip. It has a awesome graphic capability. I mean, the videos are awesome with the iPhone. Obviously you have the i14 already for iPhone 12, but that's a much more expensive proposal. Now, the thing that I like, probably one of the best features right now in this COVID-19 environment, is the Touch ID, because you don't have to wear your you can wear your mask and you can unlock your phone with the Face ID. You always have to take off the mask or enter your passcode, which is annoying. And somebody was doing a study and they were saying that you are opening your phone up to probably 100 times a day. So you do the maths. Yeah, water resistance, somehow this is a gimmick for me, you know, with 1 meter versus 6 meters. I mean, unless you want to do deep diving and you want to film with your iPhone and don't have a GoPro or other waterproof camera, yeah, sure. The capacities are the same. Retina HD display, you'll see, compared with the iPhone 11, is basically pretty much the same quality of the screen and nits and brightness. These phones are actually really great. I saw a comparison done by Mr. Who's the Boss, and he was having all the phones from iPhone 2G, and I must say the last 6 or 7 phones, they were looking exactly almost the same from screen quality, which is really impressive. Yeah, A13 Bionic chip, exactly like the iPhone 11 chip. Camera, yeah, you have a single 12 megapixel on the rear, wide camera versus ultra wide on iPhone 12 and iPhone 11. The aperture is the same, yeah, so 1.8, which is pretty good for night mode pictures, although they don't have the night mode option on the iPhone Special Edition. Digital zoom up to 5 times, I said, and the other 2 phones, they have 2 times, and optical and 5 times. Digital, portrait mode with bokeh and depth effect, and video recording. That's the awesome thing. On the rear camera, you can film 4K up to 60 frames per second in wide mode. It's exactly like the iPhone 12 and iPhone 11. It might be a tad different with an iPhone Special Edition iPhone 12, but I, in all honesty, wouldn't notice unless you are a picky guy and you want to do super quality. Yeah, on the front you have just HD 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, and the slow motion pretty much is the same for all of them. Night mode, time lapse you don't have, but you don't have on iPhone 11 either. And the front camera, it's a FaceTime HD camera of 7 megapixel sensor. compared with 12 megapixel for the other two phones. However, the aperture is the same, and I would say quality-wise it's pretty much the same. Obviously it's not 4K, and you can do video recording up to 25 or 30 frames per second in 1080p. So you can see then any emoji and memoji, honestly those are gimmicks. This is just a quick comparison to see the Australian prices. As usual, Apple is having different price policy in different countries. So you can see actually in Australia it's worth it even more, because you have the special edition is $679. That's the 64 gigs version, and iPhone 11 it's at $999, so it's almost a $300 difference. If you put another 50 on top for the 128 gigs model, and the 128 gigs it's 1079. I actually bought one, so I know. The same here, it will be about $1,399 if you go 128 model. It's worth it even better in Australian dollars because the difference is actually much bigger. Okay, so I installed my user on the new one just to make a comparison. It's pretty amazing how the color is calibrated on this iPhone screens, regardless on what type of screen they have. Actually, I've seen a video with Mr. Who's the Boss, and he was comparing all the iPhones since iPhone 2G, and the last phones that there were on the market, I think the last 5 or 6, it was impressive how the color was calibrated and it was looking the same button. So, and on this one I'm supposed to press the button, and it was really impressive on you see how the touchscreen is pretty fast. It has the iOS 14. It has all you want on it. From camera perspective, actually can do a comparison on how it looks. My opinion, it's looking pretty similar. Obviously the iPhone 11 has a bigger screen, but if you compare it, I'll try to put it this way, the sensor, it's looking pretty similar. It's actually looking pretty, and this is the rear camera, or so on the wide camera, yeah, and yeah, I would say it looks pretty awesome, perfect here. If I put it on video, what I will do, I will actually put it for fair comparison. I won't use the 4K, I use the same HD 30, and pretty much this is how it looks. I think it looks like it's a little bit of more color depth on iPhone 11, which I would expect. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed of the engine, like speed wise, yeah, pretty fast, and yeah, pretty happy with what it is providing. Yeah, and for as I said, the start price of $399 USD, and I think it's $100 difference if you buy a bigger spec. Let me see, it's 449, so it's actually just $50 difference if you want to go for 128 gigs, which in my opinion is pretty much sufficient for an entry level phone, because you download your videos and so on. And on the maximum version it's 549, so it's basically $150 difference if you want to have a bigger storage room. So all in all, from the opinion, if this phone makes sense in 2021, I would say if you start a YouTube channel, or not just if you start a YouTube channel, if you actually care about your videos and you use the rear camera most, I would say this is a no-brainer. I mean, for $449, what phone you can get with these specs, especially that has the A13 Bionic chip, which is great. The screen is pretty good. I mean, it's not pretty good, it's actually good. You can compare it with both iPhone 12 and iPhone 11 and it's the same. It pretty much looks the same. So I'm really impressed with this phone, and in all honesty, if you don't have the money to go for an iPhone 12 or even an iPhone 11, I think this actually makes sense. So I'm pretty impressed with this one, and yeah, iPhone Special Edition is pretty special. Thanks for watching this. I hope it's enlightening. It was enlightening on what this phone can do. Our channel is called the First 1000 because we are doing an experiment to see how quick we get to 1000 subscribers. Please subscribe, press the notify button so you can get our videos, and please, if you want to know anything else about the iPhone second edition, about any other iPhone or comparison with any other iPhone, please let us a comment, and I promise we'll actually look and we'll take care of whatever wishes you guys have in regards with the review. This episode was sponsored by sideentrepreneur.com, side-entrepreneur.com, in which we are showing you how to do a side gig or a side income, side entrepreneurship without sacrificing time and getting burned. Peace, see you next time, keep strong and be happy.